I'm giving my top 50 favorite games of all time. Specifically favorite, underline on favorite for a reason, because people tend to think that your favorite things have to be the best things, or what their favorite things are. This isn't anything objective. This is purely based on my own enjoyment of the games. There are a couple rules that I set for myself before I made this, which is if I haven't really played the game that much, then I can't really put it on here despite how much I enjoyed it. But I do have some honorable mentions, and those ones are going to be the ones that I didn't really get to play enough, but I do think still deserve some type of recognition here. We on Canva today. I made this on Canva. So honorable mentions, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Naruto Shippuden, Dragon Blade Chronicles, NBA 2K16, Burnout Paradise, Webkins, and not Doppler, the website as a whole. A lot of people are probably going to look at this list and think like, what the fuck? Why do you have Modern Warfare 2 outside of your top 50 games of all time? I just didn't play the game that much. I didn't have an Xbox 360 until later on. I didn't have a PS3 until later on during this game cycle. I really wasn't there. So the only time I really played it was at my friends' houses, and that wasn't often enough for me to really rank it in my top 50 favorite games of all time. But Modern Warfare 2 is a great game. I do acknowledge that. The campaign is probably the best Call of Duty campaign that has ever existed. It just doesn't crack my personal top 50. My personal top 50. We also got Shippuden Dragon Blade, Wii Chronicles. It's a Wii game. It was like a story mode Naruto game. It definitely wasn't canon. I don't think it was canon. But it was an interesting game. It was really fun to play, and I definitely had to give it some type of shout out because I didn't want this game to not be mentioned when I'm talking about video games that I love, because this was a really good one. It just doesn't crack my top 50 because there's the 50 games above it definitely are better than it. And that was one thing that really stumped me is when I started, like, the idea. I saw Penguins did this and Joe Bart did this. So this is not an original idea. Took this from them. Shout out to them. When I started working on this and like thinking about doing it, I was like, okay, the top like 20 or 30 might actually be games that I really enjoyed, and then I'm going to be filling in stuff for the bottom 50. And then I made a list of every single game that I've ever played, and I still forgot some because I forgot about For Honor, which For Honor would be an honorable mention in here, no pun intended, if I had remembered it, but I completely forgot about For Honor. But when I started listing out every single game I've ever played and at least enjoyed, it's a long list, and I'm not even really a gamer like that. But it's a long list because I've grown up with video games being readily available to me my entire life. NBA 2K16, I would say that this is one of the best 2Ks of all time, maybe the second best 2K of all time. I really can't pin it down, but the story was really good. It was written by Spike Lee. The graphics were really good. It was the cover, there was 3 different covers, so if you got a different cover, it was a really good year for 2K, and anything 2016 was good. Everybody knows that. But yeah, NBA 2K16, one of the best 2Ks of all time, definitely gets an honorable mention. Burnout Paradise, my favorite racing game of all time. The cars were sick, the maps were sick, the whole map in general was fucking dope. The main thing about the game that really drew me to it as a child was the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fire. Webkins was fun. Webkins was really cool. For those who don't know what Webkins is, that's a very specific, very niche game you may have never heard of. Webkins was essentially like that dragon game where you put you got little toys. You got a stuffed animal, and it came with a little tag on it where you could input it into the Webkins website and then add it to your Webkins arsenal of different stuffed animals, but now they're in playable characters in a game. And you could customize your room and get a bunch of cool shit. It was a really fun game. There was a bunch of mini games. Sick game. Not Doppler. That is just a website full of Flash games. And I played that probably from 2009 to 2011, if I had to guess. And those were some of the best games that I've ever played. Some of the most fun I had as a child playing video games and just using the computer, using the internet. The World's Hardest game was fun. Earn to Die was fun. That's why I kind of took this screen cap, because it was 2 of my favorite ones. There was more games on there that I can't really remember, like Hungry Shark Evolution, something like that. There was a lot of really fun games on that website. But now we're going to move into the real top 50. I don't think I have any more of my favorite video games that need to be mentioned here. I think they're all about in the top 50 now. So without further ado, number 50, Squad. I think Squad personally is the best milsim. I think it's extremely rewarding to get good at. I don't know how to explain it. When you first get into the game, you're going to get shit on over and over and over and over and over, and you're not going to know how. You're not going to know where it came from. There are no kill cams, nothing like that. It's extremely slow paced. It feels like a real mill sim. The way that you have to communicate where you are on the map, you have to use the actual military gridding. It's a really fun game to play if you're into a mill sim type of game. It's not something I play a lot. That's why it comes down to number 50. But it definitely deserved the nod at number 50 because it's something that I've enjoyed playing within the last 2 years or so. I do think it is the best mill sim. I think it is better than Arma. Shoot me. It's on one of the things that I love to do when I play video games is I like to troll a lot. That's one of the I take things seriously, of course, but when I'm tired of taking things seriously, I like to troll people and fuck around. And this one is a really good one to troll, and you can team kill. You can just absolutely sabotage your team in the worst ways. It's so fun. You can just destroy everything they build, all that type of shit. It's a really fun game, and they don't really ban you for team killing. It's not really like that, so it's cool. It's cool. Number 49, Jetpack Joyride. This one making a top 50 may be a little bit crazy for some people, but I'm not discriminating here. I got Flash games in here. I got mobile games in here. I got big games, small games, indie games, all types of games. Actually, I don't know if there's any indie games in here. There might be. I can't remember. But Jetpack Joyride was one of my favorite mobile games that I ever played. It was one of those mind-numbing games where you don't really have to be good at it. You don't have to focus too hard. You could just play it and it'll be addictive and you'll enjoy it. And I do want to say that the jailbroken version was fire because you could just get anything you wanted and make your experience a whole lot better instead of having to grind out for things or pay money, pay actual iTunes gift card, real life money. You could just get everything in the game. So a lot of the mobile games that are on here, I did play a jailbroken version of. Jetpack Joyride is the main one that I did. Number 48, Fossil Fighters Champions. It's like Pokemon, but with dinosaurs. It's such a sick concept. It had a cool-ass story. The graphics were really good for the time, and coming from the original Fossil Fighters game, they took a huge leap. They put a lot of work into this game. It clearly a lot of effort went into this game, and it was a really good game. And if you've never played Fossil Fighters on the DS, please take the time and play Fossil Fighters on the DS. Please just do it. Number 47, Gang Beasts. This game also, like Fossil Fighters, was not on the list about halfway through the list. And I even had a conversation with my friend earlier talking about my top 50 games of all time, and he said that he knew Gang Beasts would be in there, and I realized that it wasn't. And I kind of justified not putting it on the list because it is a very limited game. This is one of my favorite games of all time. And it would be higher if it weren't such a limited game because it's pretty much just fighting people. But the mechanics are some of the most fun mechanics ever. There's a lot of a learning curve to playing Gang Beasts. You won't pick up Gang Beasts and immediately be good at it. You won't know how to climb. You won't know how to grab people. You won't know how to do certain moves until you put time into learning it. But once you do learn it, it is so fucking fun. It's so rewarding. It's one of the best games you can play when you have people over, because I think you can have up to 8 players, 10 players in a lobby. So however many controllers you got, you can run it. It is so fucking funny. Beating the shit out of your friend, watching your friend get the shit beat out of him, getting the shit beat out of you. It is such a funny fucking game. It's so goofy. If you could take one thing away from this video, this stream, Gang Beasts is an amazing game, and if you've never played it, please play it. It's so fucking fun. There's no progression. There's no ranked system. There's nothing. It's literally you just get in a lobby and fight people. That's it. That's all there is to do, but it's so fucking fun. 46, Wii Fit. This ranking over Gang Beasts is a little bit crazy because I just talked about Gang Beasts forever, and I don't have as much to say about the Wii Fit as I do about Gang Beasts. But the Wii Fit was extremely fucking fun and really innovative. If I have to give it credit for anything at all, I don't think anything has really existed like this besides maybe the Xbox Kinect, but those games didn't really incentivize being fit or do anything in particular. This game had real things in it that were kind of a workout as well. They had some difficult games. I think there was one where it was a balance game and there was a candle that you had to not blow out or something. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. This game was so fire. And obviously the goal is to melt the entire candle. Such a fire game. And it was a great family game, and that'll be a good excuse for a lot of my entries on this list, is that they were good family games. Number 45, Ninja Clash 3. Best Naruto game ever. Naruto game, Naruto, I don't know how you pronounce it. It had every character and move at the time, at least up until that point. The story mode was super fun. Fighting your friends was super fun. You know, you bring your friends over for a sleepover and kick their fucking asses. That shit was so fun. And you'll notice a lot of these games were Wii games. I had a Wii. I was a Wii kid. I had a Wii before I had an Xbox, before I had anything. And then after I had a Wii, I had a DS. So those were my two main consoles until I think I was like 10 or 11. Then I got an Xbox 360. I was 11 years old, got my Xbox 360 on Christmas Eve, right? I got to play Xbox 360 until Easter. And then on Easter, my house got struck by lightning and it fried my Xbox 360. Number 44, Wii Play. Wii Play was super fun. Such a good party game, having people over, family game, whatever you want to call it. Tank game mode was super peak. You could see it right here. Just playing that with friends, playing it online, playing it with anybody, it was super fun. I personally loved Wii Play. I would rank it higher if I could, but it really wasn't as fun to play by yourself as it was to play with other people. So it loses a little bit of value because of that, because I was an only child. I didn't always have someone to play with. My parents worked, so you don't always want to play something by yourself, or especially this game. This game wasn't something to play by yourself. It needs to have something engaging, right? Number 43, Life is Strange. This game was cozy as fuck. Cozy-a game. Amazing story. And I'm literally only talking about episode 1. I'm not talking about episode 2, 3, 4, 5, however many episodes there are. I didn't play those. I played episode 1. And episode 1 was fucking phenomenal. Maybe I will go through and play the rest of the episodes. I'll probably do that on stream. I've never done it, and it sounds like it would be a fun thing to do. Just haven't done it yet. Haven't gotten around to it. They made episode 1 free, so I got that one. And then as a kid, it was hard to get my parents to invest in another episode of a video game that just didn't make sense to them. But it was such a fun game, like such a fucking fun game. And it was like one of the most interesting stories, and it was like a real moment on YouTube, and a moment in just gaming history, because there weren't very many games like this at the time, at least that were popular. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's multiple endings in Life is Strange Episode 1. I may be wrong, though. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. Number 42, Donkey Kong. Look. This may be a crazy thing to see on this list, right? Y'all may think I'm tripping ass for putting Donkey Kong on the top 50 games of all time list. Let me ask you a question. Would any game on this list exist if Donkey Kong didn't? Ask yourself that. And now besides that point, it's a fucking classic. It's a simple-ass classic game. It's difficult. It's not something you can just burn through. It's rewarding as fuck to actually beat, which very few people that have ever played it, not very few people, but especially from my generation, I don't know very many people that have beat Donkey Kong. I fucking have, because Donkey Kong was some shit that I grew up with. That's like a game that I played on my computer. Like, Donkey Kong is super fun. And there are other arcade games that I considered putting on this list, and they were on like my initial giant list full of all the games I've ever played, like Galaga's Gas, Pac-Man's Gas. I love arcade games. There's a special place in my heart for arcade games, but this is the only one that's going to make the list just because it really, like, a lot of the games on this list would have never existed if it weren't for Donkey Kong. So I cannot not have it on this list. And I just enjoy the fuck out of playing it. I could play Donkey Kong right now, and I would enjoy the fuck out of playing it. Would I stream it? Probably not. I don't think there's a big market for Donkey Kong on Twitch, but maybe. There's a lot of like nostalgia for Nintendo people, so maybe. Number 41, Bakugan Battle Brawlers for the DS. If you didn't ever play this game and you were a DS person, I don't know what to tell you, bro. This game was so fire. It's genuinely one of the best DS games that I ever personally played. The battles were fun. It's super nostalgic. If you were into Bakugan, it was even better. I wasn't even super into Bakugan. I just enjoyed the game a lot. The story mode was really fun. There's like a decent amount of content in the game. It's not like too crazy. It's not like riddled with content. I think the main story mode was only about like maybe 5 to 6 hours is how long it took me. Maybe a little bit longer than that. I don't remember. But it's a really fun DS game, and I couldn't recommend this one more. Number 40, Among Us. This one could be higher. It could, but I didn't play it that much. If I had played it a little bit more, I would probably have this higher on the list, but I just never really, it never got there. I didn't play it that much. But the concept is there. It's super fun to play with your friends, but you can really play it with anybody. You could play it online and it's still fun. You could play it anytime and enjoy it, whether you're like just hanging out with your friends and you're like, fuck it, let's just play Among Us real quick. You could do that and it will be fun 100% of the time. And it incentivizes manipulation. Now, I'm not saying manipulating people is good. I think it's a bad thing, but it's fun. And a video game that incentivizes you to do it, why the fuck not? It's fucking fun. It's so fun when you actually are the imposter and are able to manipulate your way into winning the game. That is so rewarding and so fucking fun. Like, there's very few experiences similar to Among Us. There's like a lot of social deduction games, but this one really hit it on the nose with how silly and goofy it looks. Another social deduction game that deserves an honorable mention here is it's a Death Note game on Roblox. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I think it's just called Death Note. But it's a Death Note game on Roblox where somebody's the killer. Someone's Kira. And then there's an L, and there's like all this shit. It's fun. It's a good social deduction game too. But this one's a lot better. Moving on. Number 39, Habbo Hotel. I guarantee you, most people who come across this don't even know what this is. And probably for good reason. It's literally nothing special. It definitely shouldn't be above the other things on this list, but it is for me because there is such a level of nostalgia that comes from looking at this game, hearing the music, seeing the avatars. It was literally just a digital online chat room game. There was nothing really special about it except for, like, at the time there weren't really a lot of those games. I don't think kids were supposed to play it. It says E for everyone, but it was mostly adults on that shit. I never really met kids when I played that shit. Very rarely, here and there, but not often. I got, like, kind of groomed on there just slightly. Someone tried to, but, you know, I sniffed that shit out. That shit won't happen to me. You could get a job in the game. You could start a company in the game. No real money came from that. I don't know if that ever changed. I think it did. I think people were earning real money from this game at some point, but not when I played. You could work at like an airport. You could join the military. It was so weird. Such a strange game. You never went to war in the military. You just did military shit, like whatever it is that you do when you're in the military, but not going to war. The best part of the game is that there was a pool deck on at the hotel, like a balcony, a pool deck, and a lot of people would dress up in a suit and an afro and just go block that shit. Great times. Absolutely great times. Again, trolling in video games is fun. I don't care if you think it's toxic. I don't care if you think it ruins the community. It's fun. Number 38, UFC 2. This may have come in a little bit too high. I may have ranked this too high, but UFC 2 was a really fun game, and I did really enjoy playing it when I did. I just didn't play it that much, so I think I may have put this a little bit higher than I meant to. But you know what? I'm going to live with it because I do think it is better than a lot of the games I have below it. UFC 2 was one of the best fighting games of all time. In terms of like sports realistic fighting games, this one is one of the best ones. It's super fun. It's the best UFC game for sure. The career mode is super fun. I think UFC 3 and UFC 4 kind of dropped the ball with the career mode in comparison to UFC 2, and there was a huge learning curve. Like, this is another game that you can't just pick up and be good at it. You have to get good at it. You have to learn it. And learning it, but learning it becomes super rewarding over time. And that's a word that you're going to hear me use a lot because a lot of what makes me enjoy a video game is the reward aspect of it. Number 37. This is one of my weirder curveballs, but just hear me out, okay? Dragon Ball Z Unlimited Power. This was a Roblox game, and it was the peak Roblox era. This game hit its prime maybe in like 2009, 2010, 2011. It was way ahead of its time as far as Dragon Ball Z games go and Roblox games go. It was a really good game, and it's just one of the best Dragon Ball Z games, period, in my personal opinion. It's not an official game made by Dragon Ball Z. It's literally just made by a dude with the name MVP Champ on Roblox. But this is I couldn't find a picture for it. I couldn't find much for it. This is the intro for it. Perfect music choice, by the way. Perfect music choice. I don't know how much justice that does for this game. I really don't. But I swear to you, it was so fun. I don't even know if it's playable anymore. This is up there. It's one of my favorite Roblox games of all time. But there are other Roblox games on this list. I think only like one or two more. Next, 36 Pop Tropica. Now, a lot of people don't know what Pop Tropica is. I think most people from my generation definitely do. It was just one of those like internet. It might have been a Flash game, might have just been a website. I'm not really sure, but it was an internet game that they let you play at school, even though it wasn't necessarily the most educational game of all time. There was so much, like literally so much to do. There were so many levels, mini games, things that you could do in the game, meet up with your friends and shit like that. There was character customization, like every character looked completely different. You could unlock new outfits and shit. It was one of the best like Flash games, website games. And I think most people that were born in like the late 90s to early 2000s love this game. You can quote me on that. Most Gen Z, maybe some millennials, loved Pop Tropica. Number 35. I think this is the last mobile game on here. I'm pretty sure this is the... Oh, no, it's not. It's not the last mobile game on here. Sorry, we'll get to that. But number 35, Infinity Blade 1 and 2. I don't think I played the other ones, but Infinity Blade 1 and 2 were so fucking gas. Like, I don't think you understand. If you download that shit now and play it, it doesn't look good. But for the time, the graphics for a mobile game were fucking insane. They looked so good. It was like one of the best RPGs I've ever played, and it's definitely the best mobile RPG. It's so fucking good. Like, I can barely even remember the story, but I just remember how intense the boss fights were and how fucking difficult they were until you got, like, the Infinity Blade, which made the game, like, way easier. But what a fucking great game, dude. What a fucking great game. If you've never played Infinity Blade, it may not even be worth it to try and play it right now, but it's such a fucking good game, and I definitely recommend playing 1 and 2 if you want to play like a shitty mobile RPG. It's not shitty like for its time, but for right now, it's definitely a shitty game. Number 34, Wii Sports. This one almost didn't make the list too. I almost forgot about this game, and then I really had to think about it. And I had it really low on the list at first. It was somewhere in the like low 40s, and then I just kind of compared it to the other games above it, and it landed up in 34. Tennis was peak, super fun. Like tennis was the one that me and my dad played the most. The only thing about Wii Sports, and like I said that Wii Fit got my ass up, is because you had to be on that board. Wii Sports, I found out that you could just play it on the couch, just fucking going like this. Like, you didn't really have to get up to play that one. But it was fun nonetheless. It was such a good game. The boxing mode, golf, the bowling cheats, the cheats in bowling, like learning that you could throw it on the side thing, and if you got it on the side thing, it's an instant strike. I don't know what it's called, the rail or whatever. If you made it all the way down the rail, it did a strike. This was the one that I used to do. Yeah, this is the one that I used to do. And then, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Wii Sports was really good. And I think one of the best things about it and one of the most underrated things about it is that it came with the fucking console. You didn't have to go and buy a game once you got the console. The console came with a game, and it was a good game. They put effort into it. Such a fucking gas thing. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. You can buy bundles now, but you can't get a console that comes with a game unless Nintendo still does that. I haven't bought a Nintendo console since the Wii. I haven't owned a Switch or a Wii U or anything like that. But Wii Sports was so fun. Next, Budokai Tenkaichi 2 at number 33. This game, maybe the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time for some people. Maybe not for me. I don't know. We'll see with the rest of this list. We'll find out. But it is the best arcade Dragon Ball Z fighting game, in my opinion. Fighting on Namek was super fun. They had like all of the characters up until that point. They even had some GT characters, which technically isn't even canon. They had all of the good transformations. This was before Dragon Ball got complicated, so there weren't any of the God transformations. Not that I don't like that, but it was just a simpler time. Such a fucking fun game. And there were a lot of glitches in the game, too, because it was a PlayStation 2 game, so it had, like, its moments. It was so funny. Such a great game, bro. I remember playing this shit with my cousin for hours, like, all the time. Namek fights all the fucking time, dude. Great game. Great game. Number 32, Saints Row 2. This game's so fucking fun, bro. It's like GTA, but it's goofier. As you can see, I wrote that right there. Great fucking story, super fun story to play. There was so many cheats and shit that you could do, just like running around the city, free roaming and fucking around. I wrote down foam finger specifically because there was a foam finger weapon that you could get, and you could just smack people. I think it was called like the pimp slapper or something, and you could literally just like smack people around, and they just flew, like they ragdoll and flew. It was so funny, and you could do one thing in this game that you can't. Well, you could do a lot of things in this game that you can't do in GTA. But one thing in particular that I think would make GTA better that this game did is your character could talk shit to the NPCs. Like I remember a specific line. You could walk up to people in the game. Like there was if you walked up to a woman and triggered like a flirting voice line or something like that, the guy would go, "You and me, we going to the top." Such a good fucking game, bro. I love Saints Row 2. It sucks what Saints Row turned out to be, too. It really sucks that they fumbled so fucking hard. Number 31, Battlefield 1. Absolute fucking cinema. Some of the best graphics on any video game ever, especially in an FPS game. It might be the prettiest FPS game till this day, and it came out in 2017 or 2016. Fucking amazing game. The campaign, I mean, it's fucking World War I. Like, what do you want me to do? It follows World War I. It's a great fucking game. The campaign is so good. Best Battlefield game in my personal opinion. Just my personal opinion, okay? Some people might have Battlefield 4 above it. Some people might have, like, Bad Company, Hardline, whatever. I personally, this one was the best one. This is, like, their magnum opus. They fucking killed it with this game, and they haven't made a good Battlefield since. Battlefield 6 was okay. Number 30, PUBG. PUBG was so fun, bro. In its prime, PUBG was so fucking fun. Like, it combined... Stutter. Hold on. It combined... the craze of Battle Royale and the fun that Battle Royale already was with like a more tactical approach to it. It was super fun. The fact that there was leaning in the game. I'm a sucker for a shooter with leaning in it. And it's another game where getting kills in it is really rewarding. Like just killing somebody. It's a weird thing to say out loud, but killing somebody in this game is super rewarding. Like it just feels more rewarding than like getting a kill in COD. It's just a great game, bro. PUBG... I still wish I could play PUBG, but I feel like most people, like, the game's dead. It has to be dead at this point. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Number 29, maybe the most aesthetically pleasing entry on the list, just because it matches with the theme I chose. Fall Guys. Great fucking game. Mindless Slop, which is shit that I like. I love Mindless Slop. I had Gang Beasts on this list. Mindless Slop is some of the best shit for me personally. It's a super addictive game. You can sabotage the other players. It's literally like doing Minecraft parkour or Roblox obstacle courses, obbies, if you will. But able to sabotage people. You can play with your friends, fucking knock them around. They just added a new basketball game mode, which I have not played yet, but you bet your bottom dollar I will. That shit is going to be so good. I can already tell. I saw some clips of it. That shit looks so fun. Roblox obbies. Similar to Fall Guys, but more mindless, which is exactly how I would describe Roblox obbies. There's a lot less mechanics you have to know. There's a lot less people around you. They can't really sabotage you unless they've already completed it, which is a whole nother thing. I still play Roblox obbies to this day. Like, as of 2026, I still play Roblox obbies whenever I'm bored and I don't know what to play. Or if I just, like, if I'm stressed out and I just want to, like, take my attention away from it, a Roblox obby is an easy way to do that. Fucking amazing. Love it. Great. And you can make them really easily, too. It's a really easy, like, way to make a game on Roblox and feel like you did something. Number 27. Layers of Fear. In my humble opinion, it is the scariest game that has ever come out. Layers of Fear is so fucking good, dude. It's got to be the scariest game that's ever existed. It's so, like, psychologically scary, which is rare for a video game to be able to pull off. It's the concept of it is cool. It's like an artist who's going fucking insane and in a house or a mansion that's like falling apart. I don't know exactly. I don't remember the exact concept, but the thing I remember most about it is pretty much every time you turn around, the area is different than you were in before. And that was like on the first playthrough, the creepiest part, because you literally never wanted to turn around. It's so good, bro. And I will be playing Layers of Fear 2 on stream very soon. I've never played it. I've heard it's better. So I'm gonna definitely play it. I hope they keep some of the same elements in the game because it was so good. Number 26, NBA Jam. I think this is the best arcade sports game. Unless you count like certain 2Ks and certain Maddens and stuff like that as an arcade sports game, I don't. I think this is like, because you see this at an arcade. So fucking fun, dude. So fucking fun. The animations are so fucking goofy. Playing it with your friends and like throwing crazy ass alley oops to each other. I literally found out how to never lose in that game, and it's literally just throw alley oops all the fucking time. It's so fucking good. Such a great game. Number 25, Fire Red. Maybe the best Pokemon of all time, not in my personal opinion, but it is the best like goated, like it's laid the groundwork for what Pokemon was able to become. It's the best game that was on Game Boy in my opinion. The region was the best, the starters were arguably the best. You got the legendary birds in the game. Just a great fucking game overall. Like I love Fire Red. And I'm glad they haven't like tried to remaster it. Maybe they have, and I am unaware of this. But the Game Boy version of it has just held up over time. It's such a good game. I lost my Game Boy a long time ago. Wish I still had that shit. Number 24, follow up, Pokemon Platinum. I think Platinum is slightly better than Pokemon Red, just slightly. It edges it out a little bit just because the starters aren't better. The starters might be better. They might. Dude, I think the starters are better in Platinum than they are in Red. The legendaries are crazy. There was Giratina, there was Dialga, there was Palkia, there was Arceus if you did the event. There was so many legendaries in the game. Number 23, Spider-Man PS4. One of my favorite playthrough experiences, and I think it's maybe the only story mode game that I've played as an adult. I played it when I was like 19 or 20 years old, and it was really fun. The story was great. It would probably be higher on this list and would have cracked the top 20 or maybe top 15 if the MJ missions didn't kind of slow the pacing of the game down. I didn't fuck with that. Swinging around in NYC is fucking like what? It beats driving in GTA. It does. Swinging around as Spider-Man in New York City absolutely destroys driving around as Franklin in GTA 5. Like, it just destroys it. In Los Angeles, it destroys it. And the boss fights were kind of hard. Like, once you get deep into the game, it was rewarding to beat because it was kind of a struggle. You had to do things a couple times. The different suits and shit were really cool. The different Spider-Man abilities, bro. Spider-Man PS4 was good. I never played Miles Morales all the way through, so I can't really comment on how I feel about that game. But I've heard that one's better. I've heard the swinging was better. I never really got through it. But I played some of it, and I liked what I saw. I just never got all the way through it. Number 22, Super Mario Galaxy. At the time, this game was like in a league of its own. It was so unique. I don't think there was ever a game that had like a spherical design like this, at least that I could think of off the top of my head. The soundtrack was really cool. It was like orchestral. It was fucking sick. It was very different for a Mario game. The fighting mechanics were cool. The levels were cool. Just the whole story in general. Like, not that it's like a deep story or anything like that. It's not going to make you cry, but just playing through like the story mode of the game was so fucking fun. Super Mario Galaxy, I would say, even holds up to this day. The original one, I've never played any of the other ones. I might have played 2, but I don't remember. But Super Mario Galaxy 1 was so fucking good. 21, NBA 2K13. This game could have cracked the top 20, but it lacked what the next-gen 2K games had, which was more cutscenes, more of a fun storyline. So if it did have that, if this was a next-gen game with the features that are currently listed, this game would be one of the best games of all time. It would probably be in my top 10. But because it lacks some of those features, it does fall a little bit lower. And that's not like a diss on the game. It just came out before they could really realistically do those things. But in my opinion, the best 2K, best soundtrack on any 2K ever, and something that has been lost in 2K was this game had DLCs. At least it had an All-Star Weekend DLC where you could do a dunk contest and you could compete against your friends and shit like that. Nowadays, you can literally only do the dunk contest in My Career. It's so fucking lame. The All-Star DLC, and it doesn't make sense because 2K loves making money. Why wouldn't they add a DLC where they can make more money? It makes a whole lot of sense to me. It was like $5 to get like the dunk contest and shit, and you could use any player. It was so fun, bro. It was so fun. Obama was a playable character, by the way. There were celebrities in the game. I don't think 2K's done that since, but there was like Bow Wow was in it. I'm pretty sure Chris Brown was in it, and Obama was in it. There were some other celebrities too, but those were the ones that I remember using the most. I would like throw them into my blacktop lineups when I was playing against my friends, and I knew I was going to win. Such a fun game, bro. We've cracked the top 20. And for the first entry in the top 20, Modern Warfare Remastered. Search and Destroy with my friends was like one of the top 5, top 10 like eras of my gaming life. I loved playing that shit. It was so fun. We would even do custom lobbies like 3v3s, 4v4s. It was so fucking fun. Back when I had enough friends to do shit like that. The DLC weapons, see, this is a controversial point. The DLC weapons in this game were so fun to use, but this is kind of what started like the microtransactions for COD and like the whole DLC weapon thing. So, you know, you could say what you want about that. I liked it for this game, but then in later games, it ended up just being like the main focus because they realized how much money they could make with it. There was Prop Hunt and a bunch of fun-ass game modes in the game. The Christmas maps and Christmas updates were sick as fuck, dude. Like, there was actual effort put into this Call of Duty, bro. And it wasn't that long ago. It was like 2017 that this game came out. And there was so much effort put into this game. And it just... something, I don't know what happened, bro, because even the game that released alongside it, Infinite Warfare, was fucking ass. But MWR, they put like all of their effort into that game, and it was so fucking good. And then it's literally one of the best CODs of all time with updated graphics. That's my argument for it being in the top 20. Like, if you don't agree with me in my personal opinion, at least you can agree with that. It is an S-tier Call of Duty, call it COD 4, but with updated graphics and stuff like that. It's just better, in my opinion. Moving on to number 19... Plants vs. Zombies, the OG version. Garden Warfare is cool. I hadn't played it enough, but I got a friend who played it a lot, and it looked really fun. I just never really got into it. But Plants vs. Zombies, the original one, gave you so much for such a little price. Like, I'm pretty sure the game was like $5, $10, $20 maybe. But it gave you so much content. And you just had to put a CD into your computer or download something. It was so simple. It holds up to this day. Like, you could still hop on Plants vs. Zombies right now and have fun and enjoy yourself. It's genuinely a classic, timeless game. And everybody and their parents played this in the 2000s, like the mid-2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s. This game was everywhere. It was ubiquitous. Number 18, Skyrim. Best RPG game of all time. It's the only RPG game besides Infinity War that I've really ever played. So I guess I can't really say it's the best one of all time. But I mean, most people would agree that this one or Elden Ring is the best. It's so fucking fun. So many different ways you can play. You can make so many different type of characters with different focuses and skill sets that it like completely change the way that the game is played. I don't know if I've played a game like story mode more times than Skyrim. All the way through, I've definitely played a couple of other games more times than Skyrim, but like just creating a new character and going back and doing it again and maybe not finishing the story mode, which is something I did a lot. Great fucking game to play. And then when you add in the factor of getting mods, it just becomes like an unlimited amount of playability, replayability. Such a great fucking game, dude. I can't overstate it enough. Skyrim is phenomenal. Number 17, Roblox Natural Disaster Survival. This is literally the greatest Roblox game of all time. Literally the greatest Roblox game of all time. I can't, like, you can't argue that with me. It's been relevant for over 15 years. It has been one of the most popular games on Roblox. Now, I know that there's like a different version of it now that's taken over, not the original version that I put here. But this is the OG version, and they just kind of reskinned it, and someone else took it. But the concept of the game itself, same map, same everything, has been popular pretty much the entire time that Roblox has existed. That's how you know it's a great game. It's fucking great. I probably have over 1,000 hours played on Natural Disasters. I've played it so much through so many different eras of my life. Number 16, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, of course. Literally one of the best games of all fucking time. I mean, obviously, it's in my top 16 or it's in my top 20. You could play it solo and have a great time. You could play it co-op and have a great time. The story is literally Star Wars, the entirety of the series, the two trilogies. You can play through all of that. And in my personal opinion, it's the best Lego game. Like, I played Lego Indiana Jones. I played Lego Batman. I don't think any of them come close to Lego Star Wars, the complete saga. That shit is so fucking fun. And it's probably the best Star Wars game too. Battlefront 2 is up there though, and would have maybe made this list if I'd played it more. Number 15, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This is my favorite Smash game one of my favorite Mario games in general. I don't know if you consider Smash a Mario game, but it's a part of the Mario franchise for sure. I mean, it's called Smash Bros. But such a fucking fun game. Great family game, like I've said for a couple of other entries on this list. Meta Knight was so OP, and I mean, Meta Knight's still kind of OP even in like modern Smash, but you know what I mean. Like on the Wii, it was different. I played Kirby, I played Meta Knight, I played Samus too, which was kind of like an off pick for my playstyle. I played Pikachu. The Pokemon Trainer was gas, bro. And another game that's really rewarding to get good at. And I wouldn't even say that I'm good at this game. I was just good enough to beat my family members. But like there are people who are so good at this game, and there are mechanics that I can't even think, like ledge, whatever. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Number 14, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Oh, baby. This is the best Dragon Ball Z game of all time. All right? You get to create your own character, and you can create a character in any race. And I'm not talking human races, baby. We talking Saiyan, Frieza race. That's actually what it's called in the game. I don't think he has like a name for his race. The Frieza race. Namekian, human. There was like literally any race that was in Dragon Ball at the time you could be. I'm pretty sure you could be Majin too, which was super cool. But I usually would go for either Frieza or Saiyan because those are the ones that had the transformations, and transformations were my favorite part of the game because they had all of the Saiyan transformations. I think even the God ones. They had all of the Frieza transformations. I don't think they had gold. Or no, yeah, they added Golden Frieza at some point. Like you could turn gold. Extremely replayable because you can just go back through the story mode and play it with a different race and go along through it. It didn't change the story mode, I don't think, but it was still really fun to do. Playing it with your friends, like fighting each other, whether it was y'all's characters going against each other or just fighting with the different Dragon Ball characters, that shit was peak. I would say it may even be better than Budokai Tenkaichi in that aspect as well. But that wasn't the focus of the game, so I wouldn't call it an arcade DBZ game because the main focus of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 was like the story mode. But super fucking great game. Great Dragon Ball game. Maybe the best anime game that I've ever played. Number 13, Pokemon Black. Kind of crazy to have this above Platinum and Red when I really think about it. It's a little bit crazy to have this above Platinum and Red because those games are like objectively better games. They have like better starters, better a lot of things. But there's just something about this game that I hold near and dear to my heart, and I don't know why. I enjoyed it more than both of those games. My first playthrough of this game, it was like an otherworldly experience because it was the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first game that was on like the 3DS, and it was the graphics were just completely different. I didn't have a 3DS, I had a DSi XL, but even then the graphics were so much different than any Pokemon game I'd ever seen. It was way more 3D than any of the other ones, and that goes for another one too, but we'll get to that. It was just so good, and I think, in my opinion, it was the last decent starters. They weren't perfect. They weren't perfect, but they were good starters. But moving on, number 12, Pokemon Go. Holy shit, dude. Like, it might be crazy for some people for me to have this on this list because for what all intents and purposes, this game, in comparison to what it was, is dead now. But this game is so good and has like a replayability, not even replayability because it's not like I'm replaying it. It's new shit every time. But it just has so much longevity to it. And if you weren't there in 2016 when this game came out in July, that would be why you don't like really love this game. Everybody was outside playing this shit. Let me tell you a story about how Pokemon Go had everybody outside playing this shit. I went on a vacation with my friend and his family to Oklahoma City. So when we were in Oklahoma City, we decided to pay a visit to the bombing memorial, the Oklahoma City Bombing Memorial Museum. My friend's dad comes over to me while we're walking through the graveyard on a guided tour and hands me his phone, and he's like, "Look what I just caught. I just got me a Pidgey." It's like, bro, holy fuck. Like, that's how big the game was. Pokemon Go is literally nothing will ever be like this game again. It's so fucking great. It was a moment in time. And I still play it to this day. Moving on to number 11. We're almost in the top 10 here. Black Ops 1. And I just want to say something real quick. I chose the Wii cover for this because I played that on the Wii. I played Black Ops 1 on the Wii. I didn't have an Xbox at this point. I didn't have a PlayStation at this point. I had a Wii. So we bought the controller thing for the Wii, so that way we also had the gun, but the gun was fucking hard. Like, it was really hard to use the gun. So I got the controller, and I played Call of Duty. Mostly played zombies, but I played Call of Duty on the Wii. Super fucking fun game. Some of the best maps in Call of Duty history. Kino der Toten, in my opinion, is the greatest zombies map of all time, and that's where it came from, is Black Ops 1. First COD multiplayer that I ever played. I played a couple of old Call of Duties on like the original Xbox, because I did have one of those. I got it at a pawn shop, and it was nowhere near, like, I don't even think it had multiplayer, but this one did, and I fucking loved it. We're finally moving in to the top 10. This is where shit gets dicey. This is where there are some entries that might surprise some people and might throw some people off. This is where it gets a little dicey. Number 10, we got Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii, in my opinion, is the best Mario Kart game. It was so fucking fun. Like, the maps, the levels were all really fucking good. Rainbow Road that's the best version of Rainbow Road, in my opinion. And the Wii wheel, like the steering wheel that you had, you could see it in the cover of the game. The steering wheel was so fucking cool. It like made the game more immersive. It was such a fun game. And like, I would even do like this goofy ass thing where when I was driving a motorcycle in the game, I would take the thing out of the wheel and just use the remote. It's one of the few games I've ever been fucking good at, okay? I'm not good at video games. I'm ass at video games, but I'm good at Mario Kart. Number 9, Fortnite. This is a little bit low for some people, but I'm kind of older, kind of unk. I'm going to be 25 this year, so Fortnite being in my top 10 is kind of like throwing a nod here, because it was a little bit, it came out when I was in high school. What am I talking about? Fortnite was really fun. 2018 was peak gaming, and if you didn't get to be a part of it, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry if, like, anybody who missed 2018 Fortnite. It was so fun. The Thanos event, like, all of it, bro. Such a good time. It was like a moment in history. That's what started my fucking Twitch streaming career. That's when I first ever fired up a Twitch stream, was because I wanted to play Fortnite and I wanted to be like Ninja. Every skin you can literally think of in the game, like, they got Ariana Grande, they got Mr. Beast, they got Giannis Antetokounmpo, they got LeBron James, they got Frieza, they got Goku, they got Naruto, they got literally everybody in the fucking game. It's the multiverse of everyone ever. Fortnite was my game in 2020. Fortnite was really good in 2022, bro. Not 2022, but 2020 as well. And it's gone through multiple eras of being a great game. This is what happens with Fortnite for me. I stopped playing it. I stopped giving a shit about it. I think I'm done. And then they add a skin that I care about. And I go on there and I buy it. And I have to justify buying it by playing the game. So I get fucking hooked again. And it's fucking free. Like, to this day, it's free. You don't have to spend a dime to enjoy yourself on Fortnite. Not a single dime. Number 8, Rainbow Six Siege. This is the game that I have a little bit of complaining to do about. But before I complain about it, let me say why I love the game. Okay? It is the most rewarding game to get kills in that has ever existed. Something about it. Just getting good at Rainbow Six Siege is different than getting good at any shooter that has ever come before it. It is so complicated. The mechanics are so complex. And the first, like, 3 to 6 months that you play the game, you will be ass. You are guaranteed to be fucking ass. You might have good aim. You might be able to kill people when they're, like, right in front of you, but you won't have map knowledge. You won't know what the fuck operators do. You'll have, like, 1 or 2 operators that you stick to, and you're going to be a detriment to your team because you're playing IQ, and IQ doesn't do shit. It's an amazing fucking multiplayer game. It's the best tactical shooter in my personal opinion, and I'm not a tactical shooter type of guy. I'm not even someone who gets competitive about video games, but this game brought it out. And I don't play Siege anymore. I just go on there and I fuck around in ranked and literally sabotage for my team, which is fucked up to do because I know how mad that would have made me back in the day. But it's so fucking funny to do because people get so fucking mad. And the game's dead. Like, the game's dying. It needs to die. It needs to fucking die. So I'm being a part of the community that's killing it. That's fair, right? Because after the Siege X update came out, they killed the game themselves. They did that. Ubisoft did that. I'm just partaking. I'm just ravaging on its remains. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trolling in lobbies and I'm making people hate it so people stop playing it. And then maybe if people stop playing it, Ubisoft will reverse some of the shitty changes that they made or change things again and make it better again. Because Siege is a game that I thought was going to be a permanent fixture in gaming. I thought it was never going to go away. But it's losing players actively, and it seems like Ubisoft is actively trying to sabotage it and get rid of it just by tanking it because they're tired of dumping money into it. That's genuinely what I think, because the updates that they've come out with and the things that they've done make no fucking sense at all. This game would be my favorite game of all time if it wasn't for the fact that it's made by fucking Ubisoft. Anyway, such a fun fucking game. I tried to get out the nice things before I got on that rant, because it's one of the most frustrating things for me that a game that I love so much and hold so near and dear to my fucking heart has been ruined within the last 2 years by devs that don't know what the fuck they're doing and are so out of touch with what the community actually wants and cater just to their pro league dick-sucking fuck. Like, oh my God, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have over 2,000 hours in this game. I have like 1,500 on PC, and I have like 800 to 900 on Xbox. Like, I played the fuck out of Siege. I've been playing since Operation Health, which is 2017, 2016, I think. Let's move on. Let's get my spirits back up. Whew. Okay. Number 7, Super Mario Bros. Great fucking game. Great fucking game. And I do want to remind people that this is not an objective list. This is a favorites list. So a game like Super Mario Bros. Being higher than like a game like Skyrim may seem crazy to some people, but it's about my personal enjoyment of shit. And I enjoyed the fuck out of Super Mario Bros. It's the best Mario game of all time, in my personal opinion, but I haven't played one that's come after it. That's not true. I played Galaxy, and Galaxy's good, made the list. It turns you into a perfectionist in a way that no other game truly does, because you can beat a level, but you only get 1 star. And you want to see 3 stars on every level that you beat. So you go back through and just fucking make sure you do everything perfectly, so everything says 3 stars. And then the aura of the goddamn boss fight with Bowser. Hold on. I don't think I can explain this in a way that does it justice. Here, I'm just going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to just shut the fuck up. That guy made that look easy, right? This clearly isn't his first playthrough, because so many times I died to those fucking fireballs before I could even get to Bowser that I was like, this is the boss fight. I just run through a hallway, and then I got to this. It just turns into this, and it just gets more and more insane. It's so fucking good. It's the best boss fight that I've ever done in my life. Moving on, number 6, Wii Sports Resort. Right outside of my top 5. It is literally Wii Sports, but way better. More sports to play, more fun to play. The fucking basketball mode was so fucking peak. Like, it was so good to play. It was so fucking fun. Dunking on your homies, dunking on your dad, dunking on random people online. It was so fucking fun. Archery was good. The one where you, it's right here. Sword fighting, that's what it is. And then my favorite mode was the one where you fly the plane around. I don't remember what it was called, but you literally just fly a plane around and try and get it through obstacle courses, and you can also free roam, and you could just fly around the island, fly into the tornado. Like, it was, Wii Sports Resort was so good. One downside to this game, I will say, is it required a new piece for your remote, which was like $25 in addition to like what the $35 cost of the game was. So it was like one of the first games to ever be about $60, and that was rough on my parents' pockets in like 2008 during a recession. Number 5, Pokemon Heart Gold. My opinion, the greatest Pokemon of all time. My opinion. The Pokewalker, it was kind of like the interlude to Pokemon Go. You could take one of your Pokemon from the game and put it into a Pokewalker and walk around with that and level it up by getting steps. What a fucking sick idea. Except this is a kid's game, and the Pokewalker was small. So I fucked up. I don't know why I have so many stories like this where I'm a dumbass. Maybe it's because I'm a dumbass. But, so I had my Pokewalker, and I put Ho-Oh in the Pokewalker. This guy right here on the cover of the game, the big legendary of the game, I put Ho-Oh in the Pokewalker. And when you put a Pokemon in the Pokewalker, it is no longer on your DS. Like, that Pokemon needs to be transferred back from the Pokewalker into your DS. And to do that, I'm pretty sure you had to go on the internet and do it. I don't think it was something you could just do remotely from the game. Maybe it was, but I'm pretty sure you had to go on the internet. So I put Ho-Oh in my Pokewalker, and I went to a restaurant with my parents, and it had like a play set, and I played around with my friends, had the Pokewalker on, and when we left the restaurant, the Pokewalker was gone. And we went back. I searched that entire playground for hours and didn't find it. And I had to sit there and live with the fact that not only was I dumb enough to put a legendary Pokemon in my Pokewalker, I was also dumb enough to then lose the Pokewalker. I never got him again. You don't get him again. You get one chance to get the fucking legendary. And I got him, and then I lost him. But lucky for me, there were 14 legendaries in this game. You like that transition? You like that transition down to the next point? There were 14 legendaries in this game. So it wasn't that big of a loss because there was, I'm going to try and name them all just from memory. There was Ho-Oh, Lugia, Entei, Suicune, Raikou. There was Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. We're already at 7. That's 8. This is 8. Jesus Christ. There was Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre. We're at 11. Damn, was there 3 more? Oh my god, Latias and Lapius or whatever, those little fuckers. This, in my opinion, was the greatest Pokemon of all time. Everything was great about it. The region was great. The starters are the best starters of all time. I always choose Totodile. I don't give a fuck. Cyndaquil was cool. Chikorita was cool, but Totodile was fucking gas. He turns into Feraligatr. The Elite Four, the red battles, all the gym battles, the fact that there were 2 regions that you could go to, like, for the time, this game was, like, crazy. Better than Black, which came after it. Number 4, Black Ops 2. Greatest COD of all time. Transit was fire as fuck. A lot of people hate on Transit. It catches a lot of shit. I don't care. Transit was super good. It's the map with the bus where you go around and fucking do shit. It's such a good zombies map. The first time I ever played that shit, I was mind blown and genuinely scared. Which, I don't know if Black Ops 1 zombies scared me, but Black Ops 2 zombies did. And then the soundtrack of the fucking game, like, really fucking dubstep. So good. I'm pretty sure there's, like, Skrillex songs in Black Ops 2. It's the best maps of any COD game. You could argue MW2, but I didn't play MW2 that much. But Black Ops 2 was so fucking good. Number 3, Assassin's Creed 3. This is, like, peak fucking gaming. Parkour, diving off the shit and diving into haystacks or diving onto people's necks and fucking killing them. You got the fucking shit. Ezio, I don't even know if that's his name in this game, but the main character, the assassin, has the best drip out of any game. This game had me outside as a kid trying to do parkour. So it was in like Boston then, right? It was in like the Boston area. Like New England. Assassin's Creed 3 is the best Assassin's Creed, and for me, the 3rd best game that I've ever played. But let's move on. Number 2 is Minecraft. Yeah, it is the number 2 game of all time for me. Literally endless fun, bro. Like, endless fun, endless possibilities. It's creative mode is something that you can do if that's your speed. It was for me when I was a kid, but not really much anymore. I much prefer survival mode. You can literally never get tired of the game. It's timeless. You can change the way that it looks. You can change the way that it plays. You can mod it to do anything that you want. My favorite mod was Pixelmon. That's why I put a bullet point for that. Pixelmon was fucking gas, dude. 2012 Pixelmon, 2013 Pixelmon, dude. The YouTubers, like the early Minecraft era, like, I'm talking like Captain Sparkle, Sky Does Minecraft, Beijing Canadian, Jerome ASF, Deadlocks, like all of these dudes, XRTMX 13 or whoever, like when they would do those prison videos with everybody and they would all role play. My favorite thing to play was survival games. Parkour was gas. Anyone can play it of any age. You could give Minecraft to a 70-year-old man and just kind of explain a general idea of what to do and he'll do it. You could give him creative mode and he'll fucking build a house, you know? He'll build a church. Moving on to my favorite game of all time, and I would even argue the best game of all time, objectively. Like, I would argue that this game is the best game of all time. If it's anywhere below everybody's top 5, I question the list. It speaks for itself, bro. It speaks for itself. GTA 5. I mean, come the fuck on. Like, it has the greatest story I've ever played. And I know some people will say Red Dead Redemption is a better story. I've never played Red Dead Redemption, but the story isn't the only thing about GTA that puts it up this high on the list, because the story is maybe 25% of what the greatness and legacy of GTA 5 will be remembered as. Like, online in GTA 5 is its own separate fucking thing. And I still play GTA Online today. I've played the story like 4 times all the way through, because I first got the game on PS3, and I played it on there. Then I played it all the way through. Then I got it again on PS4, and I played it all the way through on there. Then I got it again on Xbox One, played it all the way through on there. I don't even know what to say about this fucking game, dude. Like, to put things into context for how good this game is, in San Antonio, Texas, where I live, we have maybe 5 good radio stations in San Antonio, Texas. Just off the top of my head, 5 good radio stations that consistently play good music and aren't just slop bullshit, right? 5 good radio stations. In GTA 5, there's like 20 to 30 good radio stations. Rumors suggest that Drake may have a dedicated radio station. I don't buy that. Rumors suggest that Drake may have his own radio station. I'm not buying that.